The night settles heavy over the hills of West Virginia. No wind, no movement, just silence, pressing in from every direction. Beyond the trees, past the broken roads and rusted fence, lies the TNT Area. Concrete domes half buried in the earth, storage bunkers from another time. Left behind after the war and never fully reclaimed. Water has filled the low places. The ground is soft. The air smells faintly metallic, like something old that never left. And above it all, darkness. At night, this place changes. The sounds feel distant, distorted. A single footstep echoes longer than it should. A branch snaps, and the silence that follows feels too complete. And then, something moves. Not through the trees, above them. A shape, wide, unnatural, gliding where nothing should be. And then, 2 red lights. Not reflections, not animal eyes. Something looking back. November 1966, just outside Point Pleasant. 4 young people are driving at night. It's routine, quiet, familiar, until they pass the old TNT plant. And that's when they see it, standing beside the road, tall, broad, its body shaped like a man, but wrong in proportion. Too rigid, too still. Behind it, something unfolds. Wings, large, heavy, folded like they've been waiting. And then, its eyes ignite, bright red, glowing on their own. The car doesn't stop. They don't even question it. They just drive. But the thing moves. In one motion, it rises. No running start, no sound. Just lifts from the ground and then disappears into the air above them. Then it's there again, following. They accelerate 60 miles per hour.
Just go! No, Jason, don't turn around, just go! What the hell is that?
The road blurs beneath them. The engine strains. The car shakes. And still, it keeps pace. Not flapping, not struggling, just gliding perfectly beside them, watching. Later, every one of them will say the same thing. Not just that they saw something, not just that they were chased, but that it felt like it was steadying them. Within days, more reports surface. Different people, different locations, same description. A creature between 6 and 7 feet tall, wings stretching nearly 10 feet wide. A body that resembles a man, but isn't. And those eyes, always the eyes. Some witnesses claim the head is barely visible, and others say there's no head at all. That the eyes sit in the chest, glowing from within. Some describe feathers, and others describe something closer to skin. Dark, smooth, almost metallic under light. It doesn't match any known animal. It doesn't behave like one either, because it doesn't attack. It just watches. It appears in isolated places, abandoned roads, empty fields, the edges of town. It follows, it observes, and then it disappears. But then something else begins happening, something harder to explain. People start reporting disturbances. Phones ringing with no one on the other end. Voices distorted, barely human. Lights flickering in houses with no electrical issues. Televisions turning on by themselves. Dogs refusing to go outside. Animals reacting to something that no one else can see. And then, the dreams. People wake in the middle of the night, certain something is in the room, watching. Some describe wings, others describe a red light in the darkness. And no matter how quickly they turn, there's never anything there, except the feeling that something just was. The sightings spread beyond the TNT area into town, closer to people. Figures were reported standing on rooftops, perched on the power lines, and seen at the edges of the highways. Always still, always watching. The name comes from the press, something simple, something people can say out loud. The Mothman. But the name doesn't explain anything, because whatever this is, it doesn't behave like a creature. It behaves like a presence. And as the sightings increase, so does the tension. People stop going out at night. Conversations change. Warnings spread. Something isn't right. And then, December 15th, 1967, evening, traffic builds across the Silver Bridge. Cars line up, families heading home. Nothing unusual. Until the bridge fails without warning. Still collapses. Concrete gives away. Cars fall into the freezing Ohio River below. 46 people die. The aftermath is chaos. Rescue efforts, recovery, shock. But underneath it, something else begins to surface. Witnesses begin to talk. They say they saw it in the days before the collapse. Near the bridge, watching. Perched nearby. Silent. Still. And then, after that night, the sightings just stop. Completely. No more glowing eyes. No more shapes in the sky. No more presence in the trees. Just silence. And that's when the theories begin. Some believe the Mothman was a warning, not something meant to harm, but something that appears before tragedy, a signal, an omen. Something that sees what is coming before anyone else does. Others believe something else entirely, that it isn't a warning, and that it doesn't try to prevent anything, that it's drawn to fear, to disaster, to death. And then there are other theories, some saying maybe it's a misidentified animal, a large owl, a sandhill crane, something seen under the wrong conditions. But that doesn't explain the size, the speed, the behavior. Others point to the TNT area itself, the old wartime chemicals, abandoned storage, environmental contamination. Something altered, something created. But again, no evidence, no remains, no proof. And then there are those who believe that it isn't physical at all, that it's something else entirely. Something that doesn't belong to one place or to one form. Something that appears when it chooses to. Because the story doesn't end in 1967. Years later, reports begin appearing again, not in West Virginia, but somewhere else. Chicago, 2017. Dozens of sightings, figures with wings, red eyes, seen near highways, over rooftops, in the distance, watching. And once again, no explanation, no capture, just reports, consistent, unconnected but familiar. Back in Point Pleasant, the story never really left. There's a statue there now, a festival where people gather, they celebrate it. But beneath that, there's something quieter, because the people who were there, the ones who saw it, they didn't celebrate. They remembered the silence, the feeling, the certainty that something was there. I hope you guys enjoyed my version of the Mothman. Really enjoyed kind of getting back and doing another video. I'm so excited. And let me know what you think. I really like doing this. And hopefully I can get back to doing them. And I miss you guys. I'll see you guys next time on Tales Told in the Dark.